So you all know me anyway. I'm Mike from 2Shakes, and I just want to say thank you for first of all for joining us today. I wanted to go through your profile setup, make sure everybody knows a lot of the things that have happened and things that we've added along the lines. If you're not new to 2Shakes, there might be a few things in there to learn. Now, 2Shakes training environment, as you may or may not know, is a completely separate environment to live. The training environment allows you to do all sorts of really cool stuff and get used to the product and see what it's like from your clients as well as your point of view. Get used to doing the signings, get used to doing the IDVs, but nothing goes outside of it. So it's a nice kind of sandbox environment. It has this peachy pink background. So when you see that peachy pink background, you know that you're in training. And for those of us with iPhones, it's rose gold. Okay, so that's that. If you go to the 2Shakes website at any point, and you can have a look in here, if you are concerned about AML as it says here, and you see more info and click on it, you can do two things. You can actually sign up for the free training environment there, and you can sign up for the 10 free in the live environment. So both of those boxes gets you signed up. I know most of you today will have an account, but it's just worth knowing. So let's just kind of log in and get started. We'll go into the business profile. The first time you come into 2Shakes, you set up your business profile, and you can search for your company here, puts the first few bits in it. You know, say I'm working for Atta's new books today, so Atta's got me working gainfully for her. But you put in your details there, search for it, it'll pull all of the information through. If you're a sole trader or if you don't have an NZBN yet, you can just put in information manually. But that's just about making 2Shakes look like your business. So we do your business, we get your branding. Now we've made a little bit of changes to this. You can put in your logo, obviously. You can put in an email footer in there so that any emails that go out from 2Shakes can have your email footer. Put in your social media handles. Now, there are two main types of email that go out from 2Shakes. One is when we're asking a client to remotely sign, and the other is the congratulations when they've signed. So what we added recently was the ability to go in here and edit the email that they're going to get that says, please sign this, so that you can tweak it the way you like. It's a little read-only bit in the middle here that we can't get you to change. We just need to be able to say that to people. So have a look in there. You might want to configure the normal wording to be more like how you portray your practice. In the end, you get this thank you for signing up with my practice email. And that's what goes to your client along with the services agreement. You can also attach things about your practice to this email, such as a bio, a PDF that shows how to get the best out of your practice, or even further information that you need them to potentially sign. So that's all in your branding, which is nice and simple. Then you've got your services and your fees. Now, the services and fees, you can just leave it a simple description and remove all of the canned services. You can change these, add any that you like, and any services you have in here will show up when you're signing up with a little tick box that's already checked. So any services, just make that reflect your practice. And the fees, it's just a text box. You can put in anything you like here, whether you charge monthly, whether you charge hourly, whether you have different prices for different packages. If you've got 3 or 4 different ways of charging, just put them all in here. And when you're signing somebody up, delete the ones that don't apply and leave the one that does. So it's nice and simple. And if you don't do something with fees, you can just put that in here, a little bit of text saying we don't charge because we're doing it pro bono. Then we're into the authorities. Now, there's a lot of complexity in here, but this is something that can give you so much good value out of 2Shakes. This is where we can get authority with 3 government agencies, Inland Revenue, ACC, and Companies Office. We can also get signed letters of authority that we can send to other private organizations like insurance companies, banks, and the like. You can upload and sign a single-page PDF to create authorities that your client signs, like a to whom it may concern or a personal guarantee. And you can put a little bit of text in about a general authority. This is also where you would configure Zero Practice Manager or Workflow Max so that we can write to that instance at the end of the sign up. And we also recently integrated with a CRM package called Base, and this is where you put in your Base access token. that allows you to launch 2Shakes from within a deal in base once the person wants to sign up, which is nice and cool. Bit of a new feature that we put in there recently. So in the IRD bit, and I know this is probably the most relevant to everybody, there's a couple of bits to it. One, obviously, this is your business, your own company IR number. Now, if you're a tax agent and you're always a tax agent, you're just going to ask for consent to link in My IR. We don't do the linking in My IR because IR haven't yet built it. They've promised it as part of business transformation. So when that comes, we will be able to link in My IR as well. For now, if you're a tax agent, you would normally be getting somebody to sign a piece of paper to allow you to link an IRD audit you on that. That's this here. If I was a tax agent, for all my clients, I'd just leave it like that. If I'm not a tax agent, I can just see an IR 597. That's a nominated party form. We automatically send that through to Inland Revenue. It gives you authority to represent your customer by phoning Inland Revenue. Ticking this email allows the Inland Revenue to send you an email confirming it's been done. Otherwise, they would have to send you a letter. If you're a tax agent, but not always for your clients, have them both and decide at the time that you're signing up. And that's the simplest way of thinking about it. ACC, with ACC Authority, we integrate with them and we send them an ACC 1766, which is a bit like a nominated party form. It allows you to contact ACC on behalf of your client. It used to be that ACC had an approved agents list where certain organizations like chartered accountants and lawyers and the like could just contact them and say, I'm a chartered accountant, here's my number, I'd like you to access this client's record. That's gone. So everybody now needs to have an ACC 1766 or link to them in My ACC. Company's Office, when you're signing up a company, if you complete these 3 steps, we integrate with Company's Office and we post straight into their queue the request for you to have authority over that limited company, and that allows you to do like company's annual returns. When you're doing that, you need an organizational account at Company's Office. We've got a lot of stuff on the website explaining that, but it's fantastic. Once you go through that process, when you're signing somebody up, you just leave the box ticked, and the next time you log into Company's Office, you'll see that you can manage that company. A signed letter of authority is really useful, as I mentioned. You can upload and sign some general authority stuff. With Practice Manager, you just have a kind of get authorized. It takes you through to Xero website. You put in your username and password, tell them you're okay for 2Shakes to write to your instance, and you're good to go. So that's everything on authorities. I kind of thought I'd spend a little bit of time there because there's a few bits of complexity. Terms and conditions, just if you've got your terms and conditions of business, just copy and paste them over the top of these ones. These were the Bookkeepers Association kind of standard terms that the bookkeepers allowed us to put in. And if you've got alternate terms, some people run 2 different businesses with very different sets of terms and conditions from the same limited company. So you can just choose alternate terms if you need them. Very few people do, but it's in there just in case. Then you can add additional users. Now, the first user is always going to be an AML officer and the admin. If you add another user, you can say whether or not they're an admin. If you do, then they can see this profile and they can edit it. If you don't, they don't see business profile. If you say that they're an AML officer, they get to see an extra button on the customer due diligence that allows them to click to say, my CDD is complete for this customer. I can now provide AML in scope service. Well, look, that's awesome. I'm just going to say thank you very much for coming in, everybody. Obviously, you know where our website is. There's tons of great information on there. Do sign up for that training account. Have a play. Get used to it. Okay, guys. Thank you for coming. Cheers then. Bye-bye.